Good evening, everybody. It is November 23rd, 2024. It, it is 8:30 at night. That's what my watch says. Let's see. My phone. I can't find out what time it is on my phone. Anyway, okay, so um I'm gonna try to remember what it was that I was talking about the other day. Jeremy just walked in. What was I talking about? I forgot. One of the things that I was thinking about, I have no idea if anybody would know about this or not. There's like this circle on my phone. One of the things I've been thinking about, I've been told for years and years and years that I don't deserve my children. And I started thinking about it, and then all of a sudden it made sense to me that that I think that I didn't deserve AJ, my son that died. I was going to name him Caleb, but like I've said before in previous videos, that he's AJ Caleb to me. My eyebrow just got poked. This either means hate or I'm worthy, which I know that I'm not worthy of anybody or anything. I get told that all the time too. The poking on the inside of my body tells me that all the time too. I think because I had him out of wedlock. Jeff and I weren't married whenever I had him. So it made sense to me as to why I wouldn't deserve him, because I had him out of wedlock. That's the only thing that I can think of. If anybody else has any, ideas of why I don't deserve my children, maybe because I'm a bad mother. That's the only reason that I can think of. Because as everybody knows, Jordan doesn't want to be around me. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me at all. Faith, Hope. Jordan's 22. Faith, Hope is 20, I think. And, I get to see her on, holidays and stuff like that. But, I was told that she can do whatever she wants, and she chooses not to spend time with me. I've tried to talk to her on social media, and she won't talk to me on social media. She won't talk to me on texts. So, I have no idea. I guess that makes me look like a bad person. But I know that I'm not. Sometimes I think I am. And I get told a lot that I'm a bad person. The poking on the inside of my body tells me that I'm a bad person. Jeremy says I'm not. But it's really difficult to believe him. Let's see what else. I've been thinking about that lately. I was thinking about AJ lately, and I started crying like I always do, and thinking that since I'm not going to make it to heaven, that the door is permanently closed to heaven for some reason. Not really sure why yet, because I argue that it's the end of the world isn't here yet. The tribulation hasn't started. All that good stuff. I don't know why the door to heaven would be closed to me, because like, if the movies are true, like and I've watched a lot of the end of the world movies, and people in the end of the world, whenever they're in the tribulation and they don't go up in the rapture, still have a chance to accept Jesus as their savior, and they still have a chance to get to go to heaven. But for some reason, I'm told that no matter what I do, I'm not going to make it to heaven. So that makes me sad. And I cry a lot about that. Because, that means that if the people that believed in God whenever they were alive on earth and that were really good to me, like my grandma and grandpa Paxton, like John Cunningham, my first husband's grandpa, people like that, and I know that, if you're under a certain age and you die, you automatically go to heaven. So it makes me sad to think that I'm never going to see them again. And, anybody who was good to me and believed in God, and they're going to make it to heaven, and I'm not. And I've believed in God since high school because of Dave. Well, I went to Catholic church whenever I was a little kid, and I didn't remember a whole lot. I don't remember learning a whole lot. I just knew to pray to God. And that's all I knew. And we used to say grace, and before we used to say a little prayer before we would eat supper growing up, and stuff like that. But then we didn't do that anymore, I think, after my mom and dad got divorced. So then I met Dave Cunningham, and his family was Pentecostal, and they believed in speaking in tongues, and the Holy Spirit and stuff like that. And so I don't get why, like, I'm not gonna make it to heaven. I've believed in God, and I've had a better relationship with God and a more deeper relationship with God since I moved to Evansville, Indiana, and was going to Bible Sun Cathedral. And I don't get why I wouldn't make it to heaven, and why it seems like I'm the only one in the whole world that isn't gonna make it to heaven. Okay, so I've been thinking about that. Like, that is constantly, like, doors are closing around me all the time. That's something I'm having to get used to. And the child that I miscarried before I had Jordan, I'm never gonna get to see him or her again. It just makes me sad, and it's frustrating. So it's like, do I still, try? Do I still, what do I do? And the poking on the inside of my body tells me that it hates angels, and, all this stuff, and it's constantly telling me the devil's here, the devil's here, the devil, the devil, the devil. And the only thing that I can think of is it keeps poking the back of my thigh. Okay, well, there used to be a picture of me. If I can find it, I'll try to find it. But there's a picture of me growing up. I think I was in high school. And sitting at the kitchen table, and I had a Looney Tunes shirt on, and it had the Tasmanian Devil on it. And it looked like I just woke up because my hair was all a mess and stuff like that. And I did not want Cat be in that picture at all. So that's what I keep thinking, because I was sitting at the kitchen table, and there's a picture of Jordan, my daughter, sitting at a kitchen table, and she's got a milk um, jar, jug, or something on her thigh. And so that's what I keep thinking. I keep thinking, I was sitting at a kitchen table and she was, so that's what I keep thinking. And I'm like, okay, the picture of the Tasmanian Devil. I'm like, the devil's here, the devil's here. I'm like, and I can't remember who took that picture. It was back in high school. Like, I'm going to remember who took that picture. Okay, so since we're on that subject, another thing that happened is I was just sitting in the rock recliner one night, and I wasn't doing anything at all. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden the back of my thigh was poked, my left leg. And then all of a sudden right here, and then right here hurt really bad for like 2 minutes straight. And I didn't do anything. I just sat there and took it because that's all I can do. But I wasn't happy about it. That's for sure. But I just sat there and I just took it, and I was like, okay, I don't know who this is that's doing this, and if it is the devil, and if it's the real devil, or who it is. But it was painful. And let's see what else. Okay, since we're talking about pain, I'm gonna get my little piece of paper out. Is Alan told me to write down a friend of mine. We used to be really good friends. Alan Nye. I met him at Walmart here in Evansville, Burkhart Walmart, and I went over to his house one day, and he told me to write down, because I told him, I was like, I have got to figure out a way to deal with this, because I don't know how to deal with this very well sometimes. And so he told me to write down every time I felt something, and like when I felt it, and who I was around, and what I felt whenever I was around that person, or anything like that. So I did that for a while, but I started writing down all the pain that I've been in lately. And this is the piece of paper that has all the pain that I've been in lately. And, okay, so I wrote down 4:47 p.m. air, pain in my teeth. The air came on, and there was pain in my teeth. 5:53 p.m., I picked up toilet paper, Angel Soft toilet paper, and my tooth that says that I'm ugly hurt. There's a tooth right here. I have no idea if I've told anybody this or not. I forgot. But I went to Field and Main Bank, and this lady was sitting, she was sitting at a desk, and she was looking at her desktop, and she said, really ugly. And at the exact same time that she said that, my tooth was poked right here. And so now every time my tooth is poked, I think I'm really ugly. And not only is it poked, it hurts sometimes too. Oh, and that's something else that I've went through is I forgot how many days ago it was, but I was in a lot of pain for a long time. and I went and bought some liquid Tylenol because, oh, that's something else too, is that there's certain medicines that evidently don't help my pain at all. I went to the doctor, and just in case I had lower back pain again, which I do every once in a while, it's not as bad as it was, thank God. But it hurt really bad one day, and I took one of the Lyricas. She suggested Lyrica because the gabapentin makes me sleepy, and so it didn't take away the pain at all. It was like it was a placebo or something, and it didn't take away the pain at all. So, but I don't have a whole lot of pain in my back. Except for one time I was getting ice at Wendy's and I bent over, and it wasn't my spinal cord disc area. It was like right next to it, and it hurt so bad for like 2 days. And I didn't take any medicine for it at all because I thought, well, there isn't anything that's going to take the pain away. I'm just going to have to endure it until the pain goes away. And eventually it did go away. And, okay, so there's that. And then at 3-something in the morning, my ugly tooth hurt when blowing smoke out. Yeah, I was up at 3-something in the morning. Pain in my chest and left arm for almost 2 minutes after the back of my thigh was poked. Okay, and then Thursday, November 21st, 2024, pain in my head. Like, that's, like, it feels like it's in between my skull and my brain. I'm not sure if my brain is hurting or if my skull is hurting or if it's something in between my brain and skull or what it is. But that happens a lot. That was at 2:20 a.m. Pain in my eye at 10-something in the morning. Pain in my head again at 10-something in the morning. Pain in my thigh, my right thigh at 10-something in the morning. Pain in my thigh at 11 a.m. And what is this? Oh, and then Donnie Wahlberg has a tattoo that's on this side of his arm, and it gets poked a lot. And it told me one time, or whoever it was told me one time, that I was a horrible person. So now every time that's poked, I think that it's telling me that I'm a horrible person, and that Donnie Wahlberg hates me. So the Donnie Wahlberg tattoo was in pain, and then I had pain in my head, and then it said, make love to me. And that's my, that's the Devon Sawa movie, whenever he is grabbing that girl's butt and they're naked. And this butt cheek, and he says, make love to me. And she's like, I don't have time. Okay, so there's that. And then today, a little while after I got up, I had pain in my vagina. And I just said the word my, and my vagina hurt. And I know who that is, and he knows who that is too. And whenever I was at Jimmy John's, I was at work. Cara told me to get the ranch dressing, and so I got it in this jar thing that I like used to have whenever I was a little kid, and I used to put my money in it and stuff. And then you put it into a bottle, a smaller bottle, and I was writing on it, and I wrote 11. I wrote what it was, and I wrote 11, and then I forgot if I wrote dash, but I was getting ready to write 41 because I think it was the time. I was getting ready to write 41, and right after I wrote 11, I'm talking some severe pain in my vagina. I was like so dramatic about it. I was like, ow! And I like bent over, and I was like, sorry, I was so dramatic about that. I was like, but something personal just happened. And like, I wasn't going to say it at a restaurant in front of everybody, like, in case there were like customers there or something. Um, so, yeah, so evidently, I don't know who's doing this to me. Like, my phone, I try to pay attention to, like, a lot of stuff, and my phone was, like, this, thing came across, my phone, and whenever I said the word spiritual, because I didn't know if it was spiritual or not, or if, but, spiritual is a somebody. It could be a demon, it could be an evil spirit, it could be an evil person. But like I said before, went to the doctors. They said there's nothing wrong with my vagina, so there's no reason for it to hurt. So, and there just isn't any reason for it to hurt. And that's all. I wasn't even mad about it. I guess I'm just getting so used to my vagina hurting for the last 10 years that I just expect it to happen. And I just expect to be in pain. And, like, I wasn't even mad. Like, in fact, it just made me, like, not mad at all. It just hurt really bad. So, I have no idea if it had to do with the ranch dressing or what it had to do with, but, like I said, this has been going on for 10 years, and I just said the word 10, and my vagina hurt a little bit. And everybody knows what 10 means. To me, 10 means angels, but it could mean 2010. Who knows? The people that I used to talk to in 2010, I don't think that they would ever hurt me, but I didn't ever really, really get to know them. But all I know is they were really, really nice to me. So, it's either angels hurting me, or it's demons hurting me, or it's somebody evil hurting me. That's what I think. Jeremy doesn't think that anybody's doing this to me, and I'm like, have your penis hurt for 10 years and tell me that you don't think anybody's doing it to you. Put yourself in my shoes, and, like, I know that you can't do that. Like, some people can't do that. But if somebody came up to me and told me that their vagina was hurting all the time, or that they were hurting all the time, I would at least try to believe them. And, that's what I've told Jeremy. Like, I would try to believe you, and, I would be like, let's try to do something about it. So, like, okay, so I've tried praying. I've tried, praying to God. I've tried, asking, angels to help me. I've done Gregorian chants. I know them. Oh, sweetie. Those guys crack me up. I love them so much. Okay, I know I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I tried Gregorian chants. I've tried everything that I could possibly try to make this pain in my body go away. But I don't think it's ever going to go away. That's just what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. Eventually one day it will go away, but I'm going to go to hell anyway, so probably going to be in pain whenever I'm in hell too. So, and my body keeps telling me to go to hell. So, yeah, like all the time. And like whenever we were driving down Sycamore Street, the side of my knee was poked and it was go to hell. Well, that's Michael Jackson telling the media to go to hell. If Michael Jackson is still alive, which I don't believe he is, but some people think that he's still alive, evidently. I'm not really sure. I haven't really gone down that road since 2013. I don't really want to anymore. And it makes me sad because, on that subject, it makes me sad because I was a fan of his. I've been a fan of his ever since I was a little kid. I had his cassette Thriller whenever I was a little kid. I loved the song PYT. That was like one of my favorite songs. And, so it's like a lot of these people that I grew up with, like a lot of them, it gets ruined for me. Like my childhood gets ruined for me. Like it really broke my heart whenever I was watching Blue Bloods and Donnie was on the TV screen and my vagina hurt really bad. It really broke my heart. And it broke my heart whenever I was watching a Joey McIntyre video about Aaron and my vagina hurt really bad. It broke my heart because I've been a fan of theirs since I was a little kid. And it made me sad. And I haven't watched Blue Bloods since. And I'm not sure that I'm ever going to watch Blue Bloods ever again. It broke my heart that bad. And I got on Instagram and I got on Joey McIntyre's Instagram and I told him what happened that day. I told somebody, whoever runs his Instagram account, I told him. I was like, I just wanted to tell you that I was hurt really, really bad while watching your video. And I don't think that these people would ever really hurt me. That's what I don't get. Is like, whoever's controlling the inside of my body, what are they trying to do? Ruin my childhood? Like, my childhood wasn't ruined enough as it is. Like, I went through stuff that no child should ever have to go through. I didn't do anything to anybody back then, and I had to go through stuff that I shouldn't ever have had to go through. So I just know that I know that I'm not ever gonna get rid of this pain. I'm expecting it to happen. I know that it's never gonna go away, no matter what I do. Some people say that I deserve to be in pain. Some people don't. Trying to think of what else. I guess that's it for now. That's all I can think of on that subject. All I know is it makes me really sad to think that angels are the ones that are hurting me and that angels are the ones that hate me. I looked it up online and it says that, it doesn't say that they can physically hurt you because, some people say that angels, and I'm talking about angels, the angels that are literally from heaven. And, because I'm always going to believe in that, no matter what the inside of my body says, no matter if the inside of my body says I'm never going to make it to heaven or not, I'm still going to believe in heaven and hell. I'm still going to believe that, God spoke the words and the earth was created and the universe was created and all that good stuff. I'm still going to believe that, no matter what the inside of my body says. Because I've been believing in God since I was a little kid. And, it makes me sad to think that angels want to put people in pain. Some people say that, I read online that they only put people in pain whenever God tells them to. Why would God want to put anybody in pain? Why would Jesus want to put anybody in pain whenever he's the one that went through the pain and died on the cross for everybody in the whole world? Like, he became sin for everybody in the whole world so that we wouldn't have to go through that, I thought. especially if you believe in God and, you're trying to live your life for God and all that good stuff. Like, some people think that, if you're not living a godly life, then, yeah, you're not going to be protected and all the time and, da 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 da. And that doesn't seem right either, but I guess that's how it is. I'm not really sure. But, and I just feel like I've been condemned for the things that I've done in my past. I think that somebody is condemning me for the things that I've done in my past, and I thought that, if I repented from that, which means you don't do it again, or you try not to do it again, and that you're forgiven for that. But according to the poking on the inside of my body, I'm not. I'm not forgiven for my past sins, we'll just say. So anyway, I'm probably out of time. I think my phone only has like 34 minutes and some odd seconds on it. Nowadays, I've got like a bazillion apps on my phone and stuff. I got all sorts of stuff that I gotta take off my phone. But anyway, so that's it for this video. It'll probably take 3 hours to load again, just like you did the last video. Yeah, that's all for this video, and, I'm gonna make another one as soon as this video gets uploaded, if I feel like doing it. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing it, because the inside of my body brings me down so much that I just don't feel like doing anything. So, okay, well, if anybody watches this video, thank you. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for, acknowledging that any of my videos exist out there in the world at all. Thank you so much. I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful for that. So, I hope everybody has a good night, and, I hope you had a good day. I had a good day. Went shopping, and went out to eat, and stuff like that. So I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, okay. Thank you.